What's going on, guys? Yes, we're gonna Project back at it again in here for the video for you guys for today. And in here talking about WWE Money in the Bank 2018 for my pay-per-view review, thoughts and opinions. As always, I got the trusty tablet showing you what happened at Money in the Bank. And this is basically by ESPN there, as you can see. So, with that being said, Money in the Bank is over and done with, and it's crazy how long pay-per-views are really getting, and it's just insane. It's like having fucking WrestleMania each and every month since the pay-per-views start at 7, and it depends on when they're gonna end. It can be anywhere between 11, and I know WrestleMania basically ended towards around midnight or so, you know, it's getting longer and it's getting pretty intense. But you know, with that, I mean, there are good things about it that happen during the pay-per-views. Some things, you know, that just tend to drag on and aren't really needed. But without further ado, let's get right down into it, because we're here for Money in the Bank. And the kickoff where we had the Good Brothers and the Bludgeon Brothers go at it for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match. And the only tag team titles that were on the line, and on the kickoff anyway, since it started at 6, I want to say, yeah, around that time, basically it did. So, with that being said, it would have been cool to actually see the Good Brothers get the tag team titles again, but that wasn't the case. Of course, the Bludgeon Brothers were able to retain and possibly, most likely, face Sanity whenever they're set to debut, because they haven't actually even had their debut yet. It would have been awesome to see that at WWE Raleigh, but of course that didn't happen. We saw video packages for a little bit, but then we haven't seen anything else on Sanity, so maybe around SummerSlam time, that'd be pretty dope to see. And we'll see how things transpire there. And we get into the actual main card itself, where we had Daniel Bryan and Big Cass, and I was able to be there for the build-up for this match as well. And with this one, I think the right person did win, with Daniel Bryan able to actually shut up Big Cass basically in the way, and was able to get his win. So that's really cool, can't go wrong with that. Then we get into the next match, basically a cringe-worthy feud in itself. I mean, these two definitely, without a doubt, for sure, deserve a lot more better between Bobby Lashley and Sami Zayn. This whole build, especially with Bobby's sisters and all that, it's just really stupid, honestly, in my personal opinion. But at least Bobby Lashley was able to get his win. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it doesn't continue, because I don't see what else you can really continue with this storyline. So hopefully things will get better between the two, because I like both guys. So we'll see what comes out of this, since Slam basically is coming around the corner and Money in the Bank is basically done with. So there we have it with that. Then the next match, we had the Intercontinental Championship matchup between Seth Rollins and Elias. This one was very enjoyable. Seth Rollins basically being on a roll lately, and basically he's kind of like, in a way, more of a, you know, kind of like the Universal Champion, a Heavyweight Champion, even though he's the Intercontinental Champion. So, you know, he's been doing a hell of a lot more and everything like that. So, could kind of went either or. I wouldn't have been disappointed if Elias won. I mean, that would have been just as cool. So, Seth Rollins was able to get the win. Kind of weird there was a roll-up, but hey, you know, it is what it is. Still, congrats to Seth Rollins anyway, with that being said. And then we get into with the next match, where we had the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. And this one, I actually really enjoyed it. They had some pretty interesting stuff, you know, with the splits and all of that crazy shit. And we had Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch going at it. We had Naomi and Ember Moon going at it and stuff like that. And basically, it's a who's who. So what we did have here, of course, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, Lana, Natalya, Becky Lynch, Ember Moon, and Sasha Banks. And in the end, who did win? And they didn't really need it personally. Alexa Bliss was able to win, but what happens after that, and how long did she wait until she cashed in that briefcase? I'll get into that a little later on. And we got into with Roman Reigns and Jinder Mahal. Nothing really too special. I didn't really care for this match that much, but basically having it out there, Roman Reigns was able to get the win, so that's fine with me. getting into the next match where we had the SmackDown Women's Championship match, Carmella and Asuka in this one. And this is where things get interesting, where also Carmella was actually at the well looking to grab her title and go to the bag. Asuka didn't want it. But we had a special interference, and it was basically someone dressed as Asuka, but who was that someone? It ended up being, yes, the rumors were true, James Ellsworth actually coming back. I thought it was funny, even though, yes, I get some people's opinions on how they feel about James Ellsworth and with him basically running his course and all that stuff, but I thought it was funny. I got a kick out of it, so, you know, it is what it is. And it would have been cool to see the intergender title, since that's what James Ellsworth has, the intergender title. That would have been cool to see, but of course we won't really see that obviously in WWE, so there's basically no way that is gonna happen, although it would be cool to see. It is what it is. Then we get into the last man standing match, yes, for the WWE Championship match, AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura. And this one, I really enjoyed this one. These two, of course, trying everything and anything. We saw, of course, the low blow by Nutcracker Nakamura, if you will, on that, and just, you know, having some desperation between the both guys and trying to stop each other, because with this match, I didn't see how they can really fuck it up, with all honesty. So at least, you know, there was a proper finish this time. We have a clean cut and straight to the point winner, and I was kind of hoping Shinsuke Nakamura would get the title, but AJ Styles retains. So there you have it with that. Who knows what's going to be happening next? I don't think this feud will really continue on. Maybe one last match at, well, possibly at Extreme Rules or at SummerSlam, but I don't know. I think that's pretty much it when it comes to these two, and then we'll see who else now is going to be able to face AJ Styles. So there you have it when it comes to that. And then with the next one, of course, where we had the Raw Women's Championship match, Nia Jax and Ronda Rousey, and I was definitely going for Ronda Rousey, and this one, you know, wasn't too bad. I mean, Nia Jax actually having herself, you know, being as dominant as possible, and Ronda Rousey trying to fight back and basically show a little bit of her UFC moves and stuff like that. I mean, I've been trying to follow up UFC and stuff like that, so, you know, I know a few things, not all of them. I'm still trying to get used to it and stuff like that, but, you know, I did notice, you know, that type of, like, style, you know, with the punching and all that stuff. So in the end, I was hoping Ronda Rousey would get the title. Nia Jax didn't even get the title, but Alexa Bliss was able to cash in, and she basically, you know, used the briefcase and started hitting both of them, and she actually cashed in successfully. So I actually like this idea that I was talking to with Austin. Now that we have Alexa Bliss as Raw Women's Champion again, maybe now Ronda Rousey would take it away from Alexa Bliss and have Ronda Rousey be champion, and who knows whenever those two will actually face. That remains to be seen, so that's what happens there. And of course, we get into the main event, the second Money in the Bank ladder match, which is rightfully so, where we had Braun Strowman, where we had The Miz, Samoa Joe, Kofi Kingston, which actually makes sense of the New Day. So we were hearing rumors that it could be Big E, but that didn't happen, obviously. So we had Rusev, Bobby Roode, and Kevin Owens, and you know, it was pretty crazy and intense to say at the very least. I always look forward to the Money in the Bank ladder matches. I like that type of stipulation, basically. So, you know, with the gimmick pay-per-views, I don't really care for them, but this one, however, Money in the Bank, I don't really mind, obviously. So, you know, with that being said, who do we have win? None other than Braun Strowman, so that's pretty interesting. Hopefully, he'll actually cash in at Brock Lesnar, because I wouldn't mind seeing Braun Strowman as Raw Universal Champion, because we haven't seen the Universal Championship be shown that much. It kind of really does suck, to say the very least, that we don't get to see it that often, and it can be annoying as fuck too. So we'll see how long Braun Strowman is going to have the briefcase, how long he's going to wait, to cash in and all that good stuff. So with that said, you have it right there with the picture and stuff like that. So that about does it for my review, my thoughts and opinions. What are yours? Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell to stay notified for all my videos and everything else in between. Leave your thoughts too as well in the comment box, and we'll talk about money in the bank overall even after this video is up. So with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video, whatever the hell that next video may be. Until then, enjoy the rest of your week. See ya. Peace.